Like autumn under the stars. One of the best ways for you to start enjoying fall in Morton County is by camping. Matt Shenandoah is here to tell us about all of the options that you have. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
Good morning. I love these ideas because it is truly a good time to get outside, and we might as well spend it underneath the stars, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's fall. We always think of camping. We think of it as a summer activity.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, a lot of people do go camping during the summer, and they travel around. And I think there's this missed opportunity in the fall time of the year, once kids go back to school, that camping kind of
fizzles
away.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it's an
busier.
option. And with sports and whatnot going on weekends and activities, we don't oftentimes think of camping as a easy activity when you kind of live in an area like Mandan and Morton County, where there are a lot of opportunities to go out and camp and still get to town for sporting events and activities and stuff like that.
But there totally is. And some of the little areas too that we're going to highlight, like Fort Lincoln, or you said Glen Olin, and they have little things that happen on Saturdays still, or car shows or things. So you can still find something locally and spending it close by. And so you and I both camped as kids too. And I think it's a full experience. You have to. And it doesn't matter. Are there campsites in Morton County for whether you have a pop-up tent or a pop-up camper to the tent or a big RV? Does that matter in any way?
No, there's a great variety. I mean, we've got campgrounds that have full modern services, sewer, water, electrical hookups ready to go. So if you've got that big RV and you want to go out there and camp, you can. Or if you're more like we were when I was little, like the primitive camping, you got your tent and stuff like that. There's great opportunities, and a lot of them are near some really breathtaking areas in Morton County. You got Sweetbriar Lake and Crown Butte, where it's primitive camping out there, but if you've got a small boat, you can go out and fishing and
I
do
was
some
just going to
things.
say that. There's other things you could do.
And those early morning, in those early mornings when the sun's coming up, it's nice and crisp outside. You can smell that fall temperature. I mean, that's just.
I know what you mean. That
I want a
fall
cup of
look.
coffee just for that. Right?
Yeah. In that blue mug, that metal mug.
Yeah.
And is there? I don't want to highlight any specific areas, but I mean, I would imagine Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park's probably one of the more popular places. But what about some of the hidden gems? Like, I didn't know New Salem had a campground.
Yeah, well, a lot of the small towns, that are in Morton County have their small town county campgrounds. Things like that are located right next to town or just near town, whether it's a small park or a small recreation area that's nearby. And those are oftentimes kind of the hidden gems that are missed. Fort Abraham Lincoln State Park is kind of one of the premier state parks in the state, and so that one kind of comes to the top of the list with its size and amenities. But if you just go south of Fort Lincoln down to Grainer on the highway there, it's a nice secluded campground. You can go farther south to Fort Rice, and you've got camping available down there as well.
And so you don't even have to go off the beaten path a little bit. Or like you said, main road. That's perfect. So you don't have to take your RV through those dirt roads, those gravel roads. It gets a little questionable once you hit a pothole.
Exactly. And even in the small towns, you've got amenities right there in town, from small coffee shops to small eateries. So you're not really roughing it too much, but it's just giving that opportunity to kind of take in some of the last moments of the fall and the nice weather. The great thing about this time of the year is that a lot of these campgrounds are not full, and so you can get in right away. So if it is a last minute decision on a Thursday night or even a Friday during the day, you decide, hey, it's going to be great weather this weekend, let's go camping. It's very likely that you can get into any of these sites and any of these campgrounds without having to kind of beat the traffic and make a 2-month reservation and that kind of stuff.
Well, and what I like about too, like I know Harmon Lake right off the bat, maybe you're thinking you're going to spend time at the lake kayaking for the day or something, but you drive through the campground to get to there, and maybe you're going to know somebody. You don't just pop on somebody else's site, but like maybe spend the day with somebody who's camping there, to invite your friends and make a day out of it. And then you spend the night. Keep it simple.
And this is a lot of great things for families too, young families that have got kids. You're close to town, so that if you need to go back home and get something, you can. But I know a lot of families that do use the fall as a time to go out and camp it, because it's easy. They can be close to home. They can run in for the Saturday morning soccer games that are going on. And then still go back out and spend the day, whether it's on the lake or hiking on those trails and stuff like that. And the weather is just perfect for it right now. It's not too hot. A little rainy this week, but
no burn bans.
No burn bans. There you go.
So
we can have fires.
So kids can roast marshmallows. Everything that kid loves. Play with the fire stick.
Yes, exactly.
Matt, where can we book reservations? Maybe just find more information.
Yeah. So most of these sites do have sites specific to the different campgrounds. But if
Okay.
you go to visitmandan.com, we've got all the information on what we talked about today. So you can check out visitmandan.com and click on camping in Morton County. And we've got all the links and information on the different campsites that are throughout the county.
I mean, we must have like 10 on this list
Yeah.
that we didn't talk to. So there's so many options in Morton County. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.